Going to be doing the Iskandar guide, and yes, this is in fact a bonus guide. I know typically it's on a Saturday, that's the goal at least, but today we're just going to do it on a basic, basic day, because why the hell not? Because I can, because fuck you, it's my channel. So, because, I mean, it's nothing, different, we're going to just go through the servant, do what we need to do, and yeah. So, Iskandar is a rider class servant with the attack power and defense at 1650. He is one of the more popular rider servants from what I have noticed, and one of the more powerful ones. And he is very, cocky, actually. He's very full of himself, so if you want a servant like that, well, here you go, you got one. But Iskandar is, besides his arrogance, I mean, he's not a bad servant himself, but I mean, it's a matter of perspective, really. Me personally, I'm not too fond of his character, but, after watching the series, I kind of grown to like him a little bit, and it's just a little more to, leaning toward, this guy's cool, but I mean, initially, he's not like fan favorite to me, but he's not a bad guy to me. Although, if you ask me, he'd still get his ass handed to him by Astolfo, but I mean, because, like, best servant, like, fucking best rider of all the game, but still. But, besides me just being a smartass like I am now, and, making side comments, let's get into the guide itself. So, Iskandar is, like I said, a rider class, so let me just take those down. He is one of the more, he's not overpowered, he's not like extremely badass. He's just a servant in my opinion. But then again, I guess it's a matter of perspective. But I mean, since he is a rider, I do like building around the fact that he's a rider. So, what stats and active skills we're gonna put on him? Like, he is by far one of the easier servants to use from what I've noticed. Like, he seems to be pretty dominant under the right hands. Is almost, well, you're fucking stupid, but then again, most of the people who just start or don't know nothing generally pick a saber, so I can't really say too much about that. So I mean, I guess he could be considered more of an advance, but to me he was really easy to play. But I guess it's a matter of which servant class you go for as well. So, but the first item we're gonna have is the Conquerors Hooves, or Hooves, however the hell you want to pronounce that. Pretty much this is a rush attack, and it's pretty much the Hippogriff Rush, but instead he uses his chariot to go on. Like, literally, that's like the big difference, and I think there's like lightning shit coming out of it, but literally just cosmetical reasons. Like, otherwise, it's the same exact thing. But if I'm not mistaken, I haven't played as him for a little bit of time now, but then again, with how much I've got my ass handed to him by, I'm gonna assume this is the move that was used. Plus, if I'm not mistaken, when I play as, like, Lancelot, I think I may have been thrown with this move a couple of times anyways, so just a general gist. But, pretty much this move has a 17.28 attack power with a 12-second cooldown. And that's literally all I need to explain, being that I straight up said that this is, like, literally the same exact damn move as Astolfo's Hippogriff Rush. I mean, need I say more? How much can I explain something? But, wow. I'm sorry about that, psychologist. Wow. Anyways, we're skipping down to the bottom of the map. Usually I, go through the skills, and the order they pop up, but this time I'm just gonna go up to the wheel here, because I'm not gonna pronounce that. The reason why I'm doing this is because I love having class-specific skills such as this one. Plus, on top of that, it's a powerhouse move, because whether I like it or not, he is rather strong, and as his stats state, he is strong, and I want to, give him like a very powerhouse, dominating, conquering type feel to him. Thus the name Iskandar the Conqueror, or the King of Conquerors, or whatever the fuck you want to call him. So, yeah. He's definitely one of the more powerful, but the reason why we're having the wheel here is because it's yet another rush attack, my personal favorite of the attacks, because if you haven't watched any of the guides, yeah, it's like my favorite moveset, because they're fun to play with. But this has a 23.4 attack power with a 14-second cooldown. And if I'm not mistaken, either this move, you're gonna start, when this is activated, you're gonna start, your chariot's gonna be running in a circle, or you're probably just gonna dash forward, if I'm not mistaken. But then again, I forgot a lot of shit. So, yeah. It's one of those things. Now, usually with most of my skills, I don't add in parry attacks. But I mean, I've also been learning to use these more. Not really, but still. But with him, I feel like, you know, I don't get why this is here, so... Like, I'm just making a side comment of, why the fuck is it here? Why? Never once have I seen him try to counter someone's move. I think he's always been the aggressor, not the defensive. But I'm just making fun of his move real quick. But I mean, it's a good skill. It's just in this guide, I will not be using it because I can't parry worth shit. But if you can, you could easily replace this move, or use this move to replace one of the other 4 moves I'm gonna suggest. But the next move, I am definitely gonna be adding the Conqueror of Lightning. Because I like this is pretty much just gonna initiate more range attack power, and is gonna go and give your attacks a lightning buff to it, a strengthening attack. And if you don't know nothing, like, you know, strengthening attacks have 0 point power, like flat out 0. So there you go, and it's a cooldown of 25 seconds. The usual for a cool strengthening attack, and actually is one of the better ones I've seen, mainly because it does give off like that elemental oomph to it, where some of it's just for show. This actually does in fact give you a, yeah, it actually does it. So, and then the final attack, oops, if my fucking controller would work for like 2 seconds. I was, you know, while going through these last 3 skills, I'm like, what do you do? So I just initially went with the King's Army Throw, just because, you know, I'm not too fond of burst attacks. Although yes, it could be beneficial to have a burst attack in there, but one of the 2 isn't going to be effective enough. And, you know, just in case, you know, with his defense being the same as his his offense is technically the true term, I'm like, you know what? He seems to be well balanced. He's good up close. He's good with, you know, mobility. Let's make him long range as well. So I tacked on this skill, which is a 16.79 attack power with 11 seconds of cooldown. Convenient. Well balanced. That was the goal. So it is literally just one of those items, like, I wanted to make him balanced, but give him a little more power for, say, like, I didn't want to overdo it, but I wanted to balance it out. So, oops, I'm a dipshit. Good job, me. So, moving on to the active skills, install skills, and etc, etc. Like I said, active, defense, support. Then after that, I'm going to revamp it into a double skill build, of which I find the most efficient with it being the most efficient. Obviously, you know, Martial Blessing is going to be a given. It's always going to be here, unless if I state otherwise. So, you must be tired of fucking hearing that. I swear you must be. But the next item we're going to have is simply going to be, oops, where is it? This one. Increase attack power against, oh no, not against lightning enemies. I keep flipping this with the other one, so yeah, that's my bad. Okay, no, never mind. Now, our skills are simply going to be just, because he's mainly, you know, I'm going to attack on a Spirit Slayer onto him, because, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Because I want to increase more power towards Servant Combat, because that's literally most of where he comes from. And then our final attack will be not final, but second to final will be Bravery. Because, it's, you know, he's one of those guys who he conquers everything. He fights everything. And the more he fights, the more power he gets, and that's kind of what I wanted to go for him. So with that being said, that's what I'm going for, is I purposely want that extra bravery on him, just so that, you know, the more he fights, the more he conquers, the more power he gets. Literally what conquering is, like, come on. And our final skill for this will be Natural Body, because his skills may not be the best under the circumstances, so I mean, just in case, tacking on, you know, just regular power. Plus, natural body is also going to work well with that strengthening skill, which is exactly what I wanted, because that lightning, it has a better chance of being used during a regular attack over your strengthening, or over like kind of, excuse me, over one of your active skills, over just a basic skill. So just a little hoo-hoo for those people who didn't know, or yeah, I'm just letting you know now that that's very much what it is. So the next thing we're going to easily do is just tack on an anti-hero, because if he's going to be fighting enemy servants, he's definitely going to need that. Yeah, it's right there. Okay, I'm stupid. And just like I said, he's a balance. I'm balancing him out pretty well, in my opinion, because he got, you know, his nice attack, and now we're going to finish him up with a... Where is it? Shit, I forgot the name of the skill. Hold on. Derp. Obstinate. Okay, I'm stupid. Shut up, I'm stupid. I'll make fun of myself in my own stream. But, just that. And, yes, you could actually, oops. Anti-hero is not supposed to be here at all. I'm stupid. Okay, yeah, I can't read my own handwriting now. Thank you. Mwah! I can't read my own handwriting. I am fucking retarded. Alright, thank you, game. But, when we come down to it, sure, we could tack up divinity in, you know, charisma and stuff, but some of those are harder to understand, and some of those are just kind of useless to understand for his unique skills. The magic resistance, thank goodness I pulled up the board. I would have completely overmissed the fact that, you know, my handwriting sucks and I couldn't read it, so I'm really smart. But initially, though, we're supposed to have magic resistance instead, just an overall, mainly because it's just gonna, you know, give you the plus up the extra skill on it because of his bonus. So that's literally the reason why we have that over something else. And our final skills, well, we're definitely going to be, for once, we're actually going to Imperial Privilege, and we're tacking on Rider class items. Although, yes, it doesn't count for the riding item, it's still the fact that it's supposed to support rush attacks. And, yeah, that's literally what we want here. And because of that, we got one more item to tap on that are lovely, horrifying, shitty rider, if I can remember the name, because, yeah, the writing is hard to see because some dipshit decided to spill coffee on his fucking thing, on his notes. So yeah, it's kind of hard to read right now. I've been meaning to go back through to rewrite some of these things, but the second I see the damn thing, I know it's gonna pop in my head. So give me like 2 seconds. Oh yeah, right. Okay, yeah. That was the lightning. Normal attacks may deal lightning damage. I don't know why I spaced that, but this is supposed to be you tack this on, and then you tap on the fuck, what was it called? The his strengthening skill. Thank you, Rich. All right, thank you for not being a dumbass. Okay, I'm joking around a lot too much during this, but that's kind of the point, is to really emphasize the fact that these aren't too serious, and yeah, they're not like. I'm gonna shut up before you don't have to explain more than I need to. But, you know, I'm just having a joke or two and just making fun of myself for, you know, having a blank just moment. So, but the reason why we're just having this is just to boost up the strengthening attack, so it does in fact have a better oomph to it, so that you know, have more lightning during your skill. And since the buff is there, that buff is also gonna buff the lightning as well. So that is our first set of skills. Like I said, he's really simple to build up. Despite my, what appears to be no knowledge of this, is actually quite opposite, because I'm just making, you know, mistakes, because, yeah, like I said, I spilled coffee on my thing. Because, yeah, I can be a klutz at times, okay? Like, big deal. But, let's move on to the double skills. He's as simple as he may be. We do like having some things, so let's go over and take our, oops, not that. Oof. Excuse me. We're going to go over, get to our magic resistance, and we're gonna actually put on a divinity or institution with it, because if I'm not the reason why is because, yeah, like, just because magic resist in all, because I don't want to, it's pretty much just that fact of, actually, we don't even need that, do we? Well, it's a matter of perspective. Yeah, we're gonna keep that, just because. Yeah, that's right, I'm changing up my own fucking notes in the spot. Yeah, you got a problem with that? Go and fuck yourself. This is my show, I'll do what I want. My guide, I'll do whatever the hell I need to do with it. Because even now, I may be giving a guide, but even then, if I feel it's necessary to change something on the spot, I'm still going to. Because the guide is supposed to be a helpful way for you to understand and to get these characters, you know, at 5-star quality, so, you know, you can, actually not even 5-star, you going above 5-star with these guides, and that was the goal, is to, you know, give everyone watching, oh, that's how it's done. That's the best methods you could, you know, that's been found. And being that I'm the only asshole who actually, you know, is making a guide, not very much to really complain, so, yeah, just saying. And for anyone trying to go and make a guide yourself, trust me, easier said than done. Because, yeah, like, you can make a guide, but I don't think you would go as detailed as I'm trying to go into it. Although, yes, you know, I'm not going to explaining every little detail now, but that's only because I'm not really explaining every skill, every guide. That would take hours on end to go and do. Especially when it's already repetitive enough on some of these items to go and, you know, constantly repeat. So, it may not seem super detailed, but I do explain my reasoning behind this compared to just, I'll use these damn skills, so. Yeah, I'll change my, like, you could try to make a guide yourself. Good for you, I would watch it because I want to see what you have to build. What you have behind your, like, why, but initially, though, I've tried to go and benefit these guides, and if I feel like I'm going to change something, that's what I'm going to do. Because initially, if it means if it's a better idea, it's a better idea. And I'm not blaming this on the coffee notes. I'm saying, you know, I realize, you know, maybe this isn't as good in my notes, and even then I'm going to change those for and modify them up a little bit more to, you know, make it a better item. So, just bear with me. And after saying all that, let's continue on because, yeah. Explanation for no apparent reason. Fuck yeah. Oh. Alright, so anyways. Going on, we're gonna actually go over to the Piranha Burst Lightning. Just to, so that you, it combines the two items. Like, it's just to initially make this easier to use. Oops. There we go. Like, the reason behind this is just so you can get that other effect. The, one to go and take less damage or to do more damage against these certain enemies while doing that same sort of item to that enemy. So, kind of like a backfire, and that's exactly what we're wanting here because, yeah, because it's beneficial. And like I said in previous guides, it's supposed to support more of a, you know, it's just supposed to give that extra oomph, and that's why we have it. Don't question me, just go with my damn advice. So, and we're going to go and take and remove the Imperial Rider for a, let's see if I can find my cursor again. We're going to take the Martial Blessing Imperial Rider and keep this into play. Now, we're actually going to go and go over to our, we're going to take out Martial Blessing. We're moving that and rearranging our skills a bit. And we're going back over to support skills. And like I said, these builds aren't just, you know, replacing some things with that and those previous skills stay the same. No, these, some, like, when you double build skills, you don't need to make everything double skills. So, because of that, I do change, you know, these may seem like it's just, oh, double skills, we're just going to add that, leave these be type deal. No, sometimes I'll literally change out some of these skills, being that, you know, Martial Blessing is now up there. There's no need to have that spot. So, and sometimes it's not necessary to have two Martial Blessings up there, although it's not just Martial Blessing I'm talking about. I'm talking about any skill. And because of that, I'm actually going to go down to the, excuse me, reduced earth and tap that on there. He's got power, he got defense. Let's give him a little, you know, more speed for more mobility. And that's, you know, make it harder for him to get touched in the middle of combat. So that's what I was initially doing, is even then, despite, you know, most of these guides staying the same like that, some of these, like all those guides where I didn't change anything, I found it in the best interest. And this one though, I'm like, no, this, the best interest is to, you know, keep him balanced. Don't overpower him. Don't neglect one thing. Don't overpower one thing. Balance him out. Well, you know, at this point, I am giving a little nudge to the power, but that's just because it is what it is, because he was still a fairly strong foe, but initially he was pretty balanced. He fought as well as, you know, his defense is as well as he fought. Not very good, by the way. Yeah, that's right. For all you Iskandar fans, yeah, I just fucking roasted your boy. The hell with you. I'll do what I want. But, in more of a serious manner, though, reducers is just supposed to go and increase your initial, just more mobility, not neglecting that item, so just as a little FYI before you're like, what? So, just throwing that out there now. And the next couple of skills is simply and utterly pretty much just what you see. This is literally the rest of the build. Although yes, there's no blue on the board, those blue pieces are still very much there. Like, you could look through and then there's no reason to have, you know, replace like the, you know, Spirit Slayer with the Pot of Fairies, because if it's unneeded, it's an unneeded. You're overpowering yourself, and that overpower is actually going to weaken you. I said this once, I will keep saying it if that's what it is. In this, you know, set, it's fine just like this. If you change it, sure, you could add more double skills, but if you have a full board of double skills, it will hurt you. The game was designed that once you went and did that, sure, you got an immense amount of power, but those things you are not hitting up, like, for instance, if you did not have a natural body double skill up there, your natural body is going to go in. Wait, natural body, what the fuck is natural body again? Yeah, natural body is your base attack. Your base attack is going to be weakened. It's meant to where if you want to overpower everything like that, and put, like, let's say, all you want to do is put Obstinate and Antihero all across your board in a double skill, and, you know, sure, your defense is not going to get hurt. You're not going to get hurt easily. And it's like, okay, well, fuck you, but your power is going to take a huge hit. You're not gonna, it's gonna look the same, but it's not. The game was designed to be like, oh, well, okay, well, everything else, nope. You know, it's not gonna be like a huge, oh, I see it type deal, I'm really weak. No, those like, it's gonna take a, not devastating, but a definite blow on your power. Where it should really be higher, it's actually, like, let's say Iskandar, instead of being a 160 or 1650, he'll probably be like, maybe his base attack will be turned into like a 400. That's it. Because he wanted to neglect that. Sure, it's still high, but something like that. Well, not like 1400, because that's never been, you know, done, but like 150, like 1500, like, you know, just 1,500. Like, hell, they'll probably possibly put you weaker. There are servants even weaker than that. And I just gave a general number out because the point was, like, the general just was an example, because I like explaining shit like that, because, yeah, details are details. So before you start, you know, trying to overload your board again and, you know, be like, oh, well, fuck you, I'm gonna, you know, make an absurd amount of power just because it's going to dock you on whatever it is. You want to put all these skills to power, it's docking your defense. But then again, in that scenario, it wouldn't matter, because if you kill your opponent first, then defense is really useless. But still, let's actually get onto the outfits and you know, yeah. Let's. Oh yeah, he's. Let me. That's how you zoom out. Shit. Yeah, this guy's huge, by the way. That's like, he's like really fucking tall. Don't ask me why. But after saying that, I'm just gonna let's go to the you know, looks like always, cause you know that's like the best part of the damn game. Iskandar's original look, although I don't ever remember the flame like being there, but then again, it may be a detail I over missed, or it's just people didn't want, you know, they didn't want him in a basic red cape. And if you haven't been able to tell, this is definitely a Roman attire. Like, this is a heavy Roman attire, because, you know, if I'm not mistaken, and I am correct, Iskandar is actually supposed to... Iskandar is actually supposed to be like Alexander the Great, the Conqueror. So, just a little heads up. I'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, I would like to apologize. Some more important matters to deal with than just a guide on a video game. So yeah, like I said, if I step out like that in the past, you know, like I said, it's probably because something more important, unless if, you know, there's something stupid, then yeah. But with this, let's get back onto it. And as you can see, the ugly, or not like the very simplistic business suit, I don't see why it says president. I think that's just maybe just because it looks nice, and I think a lawyer would be better. But then again, with the fact that they call him a conqueror and stuff like that, king, it's like a high title of ruler and something like that, I guess. And you know, like a figure of like some sort. So I think that's why they they did that, so it looks pretty simple. I think they should have put more in. I think he deserves something different than this. I think it looks stupid, but still. And finally, his rider armor, which looks fucking badass. He looks like a knight, but it's like a Roman knight. Like, if you were to turn a Dark Knight into this, like, he literally looks like a badass. Although I'm sad that you can't twirl his thing around, which is fucking retarded, but still. Look at that, just whoa. And that's the armor set I like to wear, so. And which moves us over to our Mystic Codes. He's actually really easy. It is actually the skill I'm using for him is literally named after him. The Conqueror's Greatsword. Because, fun fact, the reason behind this is not just for the time reduction, the moon drive, or anything like that, and the stats behind this, he actually gets a bonus stat for using it, because it's his greatsword. And because it's his greatsword, he gets special stat bonuses to have it. So, that's the big reason why he gets that. Now, because we got ourselves a, excuse me, since this is a, this is a Fate 0, so we're gonna attack in our 0 mates, which literally are at the bottom. There is our lovely cast of Fate 0, and let me tell you, this is bullshit with how many zeros there were. They seriously should pick up the slack in the others. And if I'm not mistaken, there's actually been something about a new game coming out for them. They better add more servants. Like, I swear to goodness, these servants are cool, but I feel they should add more. Better ones. And because, why the hell not? Where's my side missions? No, support servants. And because, you know, the more iconic servants of the set, let's go, because, like, literally he had beef with Atura, and he had beef with, where the fuck is Gilgamesh? Gilgamesh! Oh. Like, literally, yeah. And yes, you guys did in fact see that correctly. First, you, just like a fun fact, yes, we are going to be doing the Atura guide with the Pendragon, and yes, throughout the guide I'm calling her Pendragon, because, you know, the whole thing of it being Arthur Pendragon and it's a woman, and so it's just gonna be called Pendragon. But yeah, we got her in the next guide, so yo, welcome. Yes, the one servant I've been getting asked a lot about, asked about a lot actually, is she's next. So, but fun fact, as you can see, you got Iskandar, Pendragon, and Gilgamesh, and if you they're in this specific order. And if you look at the right by the the level recommendation and stuff like that, and yeah, my character levels, they're in that exact same order. So, whoopsies. A little fun fact for you. Just kind of like, oh, cool. So, let's get ourselves into a, you know, servant battle. I mean, look at him. He looks badass as hell. And literally everything tells you powerhouse. Like, this guy, you could just look at him and tell he is strong as fuck. Just by one slash, that giant. How do you? Oh, that's how you block again. Shut up! I have things I do. Although yes, he still is slow. He is a big guy. You can't expect him to be fast. Here is the lightning buff, which really is gonna do a whole lot more to everything. Although if you ask me, although his base attacks are rather slow and useless, he's more known for his, you know, arsenal of items. Here is his army throw, where he summons his army, and you know, they literally instead of him moving, he moves through the entire thing. Here is his drive skill. I'm not opposed to using it because yeah, just him simply rushing ahead and yeah. But as you can see, he is very much slow. That's the reason I did tack on the resistance, or the whatchamacallit. So even the dash, he is slow as hell. I think even someone as slow as what was his name again? Lancelot was faster. Why do you run? Because it's funny. Alright, here is the Conquerors Hooves. Like I said, much like Hippogriffs. But, you know, Rush, just very... Instead, it's actually on the horse. Massive on the thing. And here is the wheel, which... He just literally spins in a fucking circle. And as you see in the Night Throw, which literally is like his Rush is just... He don't move, which can be convenient and a little safer. Would you shut the fuck up? And let's actually see him acting against an enemy servant. Let's power him up even more, because why the hell not? Plus, he looks awesome with his sword anyway, so fuck you. What the hell? Oh, I was about to say, where did Drake go? Massive powerhouse. Let's just smack this bitch, because why not? Massive power limit. I mean, he, like I said, he is intentionally strong, so you can't expect nothing less. Although I wish that when you dash, you got to use his chariot more, but whatever. Because that's literally what makes him him, but still. A fair foe, and actually kind of a coincidental thing. Darius and Iskandar are actually huge enemies, so yeah. And literally a berserker class of one of the highest rates. Another reason why I said the add the throw, because clearly that got interrupted. Like they interrupted his shit. Fuck you. Good for theatrics, though. I'll give him that. Then fuck you. I don't even kill you. I'm gonna have my thing kill you. Can you like fuck off? And yes, I know that I could conquer more people, but I'm not going to. I'm literally just trying to kill this guy because fuck him. Because I'm also just trying to get my moves available. And as you could, if you heard him, yes, he was laughing over literally nothing. Here, let me just... If you survive this, my guy, I swear to goodness I'm gonna laugh. And here is his noble phantasm. It's funny how everything blows the fuck up. And yes, if you did not know, that was in fact a reality marble. Yo, Shrimp, what you up to? Look, I'm gonna Mario your asses. I'm gonna jump on you. Bam. Bam. Lame. Fuck off. See, badass as hell, strong as hell, and good to go with power-wise. Although he's still not one of my favorites, he is still mightily powerful. He's pretty much, I guess, the more higher-ranked version of Astolfo, because, yeah. Because people Alright, there we go. Finally shipped. Come on, load this shit up. Thank you. So you know how the skills, we quick match it. After we go to quick match, if we can't find nothing, we go to the private match, and once we go private match it, you know. And we can't find nothing, we make the match, hope someone joins, and yeah. Alright. And see, look at how convenient they want to be. And same moves that actually applies from offline to online. So we're still gonna have the Conquerors Hooves because that's a pain in the ass to deal with. We're still having the wheel because that could hit you multiple times. We're actually going to take off the lightning, or we're actually going to take off, you know. This is where you make your own personal decision, and I'm taking off the wheel. Despite it being the strongest, I'm actually going to tack on the defense skill on him instead. Add the throw as the replacement, and then, you know, the strengthening attack. Usually people would take off the strengthening attack and add into the parry skill, or vice versa, but in this case, online, depending on who you're up against, they'll probably knock you right off that, so I want to keep that throw, and that throw is more, it's not more easier, but it's definitely something more to, you know, use, I would think, plus a lot of, you know, just kind of jumping out of the way, especially with how he is slow as hell. He's not going to be fast enough to, you know, he can easily be knocked off his shit. And although, you know, most of the time when an enemy sees it, they're going to want to run themselves, but if they're smart enough, they'll be able to counteract that easily with a move, and while using the move, you know, it's easier to just go jump out of the way, dash away, and then, you know, have a long range attack that's going to literally pierce through every motherfucker in the map that's in the way. So literally that's why I'm keeping the throw over the wheel, although yes, the wheel is definitely one of the most important, well, not important, but one of the best items. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, I just remembered something. Was kind of more obvious, but the cooldown rate, that was actually something that, you know, those small details in the game that you probably won't notice at first glance. Look at Skate and the whole her little fuck, what are they called again? Those little stone, the tablet things, I don't know what they're called anymore. I don't remember them. But literally, with that being said, you know, good time to go and state that. So, and because of that, I want to just easily pop out those items for you. Shit, the CFPs. There we go. Much better. Because of that, I'm like, you know what? Before I forget, add that to the mix, and then, you know, having a higher mix like that would be more effective than having, you know, like, it's just something more to look at, because, you know, it's more effective, I would say. So with that being said, we do have a change in skill sets though. We are going to, like, now since the items, like, yes, like, now since everything has been changed, like, we don't have multiple rush attacks or anything, and yes, when I say I'm replacing a rush attack, you damn well know something's up. Because, you know, the guy who loves his rush attacks gives it up. Oof. Although, if you're not good with parries, then, you know, keep the rush attack on. I'm just personally going to, I'm just using it as an example, showing you even with the parry attack being equipped, whether I'm good at it or not. Occasionally I might hit it or so, I guess, maybe, who knows. But if, you know, from what I heard with how it's, you know, how parry attacks work, from what I heard, being I'm not the best at using them, so I don't know very much at using them. From what I've heard, though, with the parry attack, you just activate it and, you know, wait for a dipshit to hit you. Oh, literally, all you have to do is just wait for some dipshit to hit you. I thought what it was like, you know, in like games like Code Vein, Dark Souls, or like things like that, or like in Injustice 2 with, you know, some of the skills like Batman's parry. I thought you literally had to activate that shit at a precise timing to counteract their moves. No, you just have to wait for the idiot to touch you. I would laugh about it. And if that's the case, I swear to goodness, I'm gonna be using parries much more. And yes, I know like Astolfo has a parry himself. No, I will not fucking change his moveset, because, you know, those guys are still pretty damn effective without the parry. And those are, parry is still circumstantial, because if your opponent is smart enough, and you wouldn't know most of the time if they are smart enough to use the parry on them, like my opponent's soul, my arch nemesis in these guides, which I barely beat in an actual match. But besides the point, like, you know, Soul would probably be smart enough to realize, oh, that's a parry, don't go for it, don't try to hit him. But someone new at the game, yeah, they're gonna be stupid enough to touch you. So that's when you have to be, you know, that's when you have to make a, you know, decision to keep it, to change it. But initially, if you did follow any of the guides, I would recommend just keeping the guide the same, and just keeping that loadout, just because, you know, it is very circumstantial on, you know, if they will or will not touch you, and if they never touch you because they're smart enough not to, or, you know, they can stop themselves from doing it in time, the parry is quite ineffective, actually. So that's why I'm not saying I'm gonna redo those guides with that. No, just remember those are very much circumstantial skills, and yeah, especially with this, it's more of a luck thing, if anything. If you have a good opponent, just, ah shit, they slipped up, and yeah, there you go. But I'm just throwing that out there. But otherwise, because of my personal preference, I am still throwing a rider class on there, because I like, much like Hippogriff Rush, like the best move in the Astolfo's kit, if you ask me, besides this power up, which looks fucking amazing, because it does, fuck you. We're actually going to double tap this, and actually also put on a Lancer, because we're double tapping our rush skills to make the rush even better. Because yeah. And no, in this scenario, we will not be carrying around a, like, I will not try to use up the unique skill of magic resistance, because the magic resistance is very circumstantial, especially when, you know, at the moment I cannot see what my opponent is, and I'm not, like, you don't have, like, some people are very impatient, and it's like, well shit, if you're not gonna ready up in like 2 seconds when I ready up, well, I'm leaving, type deal. You and AFK, I mean, is one of those things that, you know, you don't have time to constantly switch it, so we're still not taking magic resistance. And yes, I'm playing with my cursor, go screw yourself. But we will, in fact, take and put on Reduced Earth again, because as slow as he may be, he needs the help he can get. Which leads us down to our attack skills. We're putting Natural Body on, because the strengthening attack does, in fact, like I said, affect Natural Body, so we're actually going to use that, definitely. We're adding Spirit Slayer, because this is pretty much Servant versus Servant combat guaranteed. Martial Blessing, no doubt, because it's Martial Blessing. We're going to also add in our Fairies, because, you know, his defense, I believe, is good enough in this scenario to where you will be like, you know, his defense is good enough. Here, take the hit. Give me more power. And I'm definitely going to say Bravery, because, yeah, this is where online I'm not going to go and balance him out. I'm putting him more offensive. But, you know, mainly because his defensive is, you know, his defense, I think, is good enough. And although, yes, those few points extra could be the difference, if you play it wisely and you retreat before you get put down, initially your defense is nothing. Or if you could just, you know, dash out of the way, jump out of the way, if you could evade the moves well enough, that is useless. Much like in Call of Duty Black Ops, the move, or the Coca-Cola perk, Juggernog, is completely useless if you are good enough to evade the attack from enemy zombies. Or any enemy. Or if you can, you know, not get touched enough, or something along that sort. It's a useless perk. So just throwing that out there now. In this scenario, that's why we add Reduced Earth. It's just to throw yourself out of the way, and you know his rush attack is also there because if you activate it, someone could be like, "No, you ain't running. You're faster, and you'll probably knock them to the side, damaging them, probably making them want to retreat." And as a bonus, so it's very. The rush attack is more than just power; it's also defense, and it is one of the better things. So that is what I'm gonna do with Iskandar, and I think this is the best item. If you do not like the way I'm building this and you want to change a few things, if you do want the defense in case you aren't good enough, you could take the fairies out and I would say put in the Obstinate, or not Obstinate, but the anti-hero for, you know, spirit combat. I don't know why I said spirit combat. I've been watching this stuff. Servant combat, and you know, if you don't want to be ballsy enough to try the fairies in combat, I can understand. Replace that with anti-hero and you'll be good to go. And let me just tap up. No, that's an I want Iskandar. There we go. Bam. And now we got ourselves another nameplate. And with him, you'd probably think instantly go, and I'm going to go attack on the ceremonial warders. The fucking Sword of War. The other one. The ceremonial. Shit. Mainly because, you know, sure, you could have, like, war-tested bandages, or, you know, like, actually, that's exactly what we're gonna do, is war-tested bandages. Although, yeah, something like, you know, Shield of Protection, the flag, you know, the War Flag of Victory, the bandages, they fucking suck. You'll get hit more than you need to. Plus, you know, you only really need 3 healing items. Although, yes, the bandages, you know, can also heal your team members. That's more if you have a bigger room, but in this scenario, you probably don't have a bigger room to play with. But, you know, with the bandages, the reason why there's 2 separate heals is, if you did not know, they actually, one of them heals up the entire team a good way, the other one doesn't. So, no, actually, I'm thinking of the flag one. The heal all. Okay, I'm stupid, but still, we're actually going for this because, you know, he has a pretty good defense, and to going fairies is going to be working just fine in this scenario because he got some more power, and I'm balancing out his defense with these active codes, and it's pretty much like a personalized towers that cannot be taken down, and it's going to ultimately be the best choice. And yeah, we're keeping his, yeah, the outfit, that's not important. So who am I going up against? Oh no, shit. Fuck me. Alright, so, as the rule states, oh wait, hold on, no, I got Iskandar. Hold on, I'm Iskandar. Whoops. And if I'm not mistaken, I think maybe in the last guide, I think maybe the servants were not fairly matched up. I think, you know, I think someone else hosted it, and I think it was Solon. I think it was an oopsie. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot I had to mirror match him, so. We're gonna actually add in. Shit, actually, we're gonna add Gilgamesh because, you know, Gilgamesh has something against Iskandar, so let's tap him in. And if I'm not mistaken, Elizabeth and Amino don't have something. I think they hate each other. I think. And yes, I'm gonna piss myself off. And because, you know, he's a Rome guy, and because I'm too lazy to switch everything, I'm going to Rome. Because, yeah, that's literally no need to switch. Because, yeah, I'm lazy. So, yeah. Online, he's more effective, and unlike Arch from the last guy, he's not gonna probably, you know, go down like a, you know, dipshit, so. This, I think, is a better build. Although everyone goes for more an offensive build, this is where, you know, I do differ. And this is why the guides I feel are more important than just base opinions. Because here I'm going, and it's not just, oh, just the usual more this, and it's balancing stuff out. Although, yes, I was extremely tempted to tap on the, oh, hey, I hit it. Hey, look at me! I hit the fucking parry. So, yeah, although, yes, it's very, see, this is why I said it's circumstantial. See, this is why I fucking said it's circumstantial. Like, literally, that is why. Because I damn well knew that my, I would probably do something like that. And, yeah, that's, oh shit, where the fuck? See, you bitch! That is why I said something about the, parry skill. Clearly, you know, that's where it's circumstantial. Clearly, you know, I'm too stupid. I keep running into it. I keep running into that shit. And you know, unlike my opponent, she's not as, you know, stupid to counter that. Or, you know, she's not as stupid as I am. She will, you know, like, no, I'm not going to, do this. Okay, the enemy servants are stupid. Although, yes, they, if you did not see, they very much... Okay, bitch. Keep parrying me. Keep trying. This is exactly why I said the parry is useful, because especially in the heat of battle, if you use it on someone while they're trying to hit you, like, when you click the attack button and you activate that shit, like, oh fuck. This is why parry skills are badass as hell. And that's why you can't always go aggressive, especially with someone like Piranha. No. She will wreck you. Fuck you! I got hit by my own chariot. Wait. Oh, that's what the circle is. I mean, yeah, he's... Fuck! Go fuck yourselves. Go die. I feel like she is purposely waiting to draw my ass out. Ha! See? Fuck it. Oh, never mind. See, I was smart enough to at least see... Oh, shit. That's why sometimes you have to kind of wait. Especially with those enemies, like... Like, I'm not saying, like, if you want to be a full-blown effective, like... Don't die, you need to study the aspects of every character. Much like Tomno, who can parry, you need to remember that. That, or you quickly learn it in battle and then you try to quickly make that same mistake. Yeah, use your parry shit up already, yeah. I see what you did, see? Fuck you, you ain't hitting me with that yet. Ah, see? See? This just became a fucking parry battle. Suck a nut. Come here. I am not done yet. See, once you take 2 seconds to actually, see what you're doing, you will learn, what you're doing is right or wrong. You know, if that's the case, you know, that's when you have to go and study your opponent's moves, and like, not like, you know, you're gonna meet him again, just in case you have to be wise about it, because clearly something tells me if I activate this, she's probably gonna, yeah, she fucking parried. Like, you need to know, like, oh shit, I heard some, an ability active, like, especially for some, servants like, Pendragon, where she literally you know, literally like yells out the Excalibur, you have to be like, fuck. That is also why I said to take off the wheel, because clearly, shorty. Shut up, I just got my ass kicked by fuck you, Gilgamesh, I quit. Nope, fuck this. See, even the game saying Gilgamesh is better, even the fucking game is telling me that Gilgamesh is better. See, the game itself. Fuck you and fuck the game. But clearly, as you can see, the parry was effective in some scenarios. And yes, as you've seen, when, like, sure, Soul didn't necessarily hit me when I used the thing. Her teammates did, and when they did, it backlashed on their Soul, you know, and it's like, oh shit. And it does deal massive amounts of power, but if you didn't see, it does still have a time limit, and as you've seen me do, I tried to wait that time limit out. Thus the reason why I just kind of stood there with the board up is kind of to wait out that skill, so afterwards I can smack Soul with my chariot. But if you're good with using the parries like Soul is, then use that. But if you can't, and you're as good as I am, use the fucking wheel. But now you've seen why I do not use the parries very much, because I may or may not have got my ass handed to me despite using it. So, like, definitely one of those things like, oh shit. But I mean, if you start getting as good as, you know, players like Soul, or like how I'm good at parrying, you know, on other games, despite how simple it is, you would think I'm better at it. But, you know, like, it's one of those things. I think that's personally one of the best builds for Iskandar, and can you get off my leg? You just, whatever. Too sassy. But, as you can see, oops. I would disagree. I would not say the wheel is the most fun. I prefer, you know, rush attacks like, you know, Hippogriff and the Hooves. That I would find more fun because, you know, it's harder to control and it's kind of like, it's better. It's just more entertaining than just watching something twirl around in circles. I'd rather manually do it. Plus, I also like drawing with it, for say, just like making little patterns as I go around the board. It's fun. But it's definitely one of those moves, like, of the moves, yes, although yes, I didn't use the strengthening attack as much. I did, in fact, keep it, because, let me throw that up again, just as a reminder, go to that skill set. Although, yes, you would probably replace the, strengthening skill, oops, where the fuck off. This does increase, you know, attack power, and actually, I'm going to change up my skill even afterwards. I'm actually going to replace that with the wheel to give those two. Oh yeah, his rush speed would be even more with the speed buffs, like the mystic codes and stuff, but I'm actually going to change my guide afterwards. After the battle, and yeah, I might actually do another. Yeah, actually, I will do another battle. And his buff, I would say, in online it is useless. Although, yes, it does give more power and range and attack. Online, I will agree, it is useless, and I kind of space that fact. Because I don't know why, it popped in my head. Like I was referring to Astolfo's power up, which gives you speed instead of range. And so I completely spaced the fact, despite reading it off and, you know, pretty much explaining it myself. I spaced that fact. But because now I'm going to show you, now that I'm changing the board up, I'm actually going to retry the, well, not retry, I'm going to show off what it is like with the wheel. And now there's two skill sets with the board. And with that being said, after having that, yeah, it is only for, you know, regular attacks. I will say that again. I know I said that, like, during the offline portion, that it is only for, like, it does boost only your original attacks, but since that also does add a lightning buff, that's better offline anyways, and I just kind of spaced that fact. Because like I said, I confuse skills, and it happens all the time, but I would replace that with the chariot wheel, because that's more effective, in my opinion. Although, yes, he's going more aggressive, offensive, I do believe that's the better choice in this scenario. So, because I'm gonna show you the difference within the two skills, and the two different play styles, it's your personal choice to which one you would want to do or whatever. But in this scenario, a little mistake was made. I don't mind retrying, and plus, special battle. But because the original fight was set, I'm just gonna randomize the shit out of this. And then our opponent is our opponent. Ah, shit. I gotta fight against Gilgamesh. Fuck me. But this isn't like an official battle like, hey, there you go. This is just kind of like one of those see the difference, compare and contrast type of battle. That's the reason why I didn't pair up the battles again for the exact same thing, because for the most part it's pretty similar, but the point is to really see the difference between the two moves. And man, my team fucking sucks. I literally pulled out I'm the oddball in this. I literally pulled out a Lost Encore team. The only one who shouldn't be there is Medusa. Shit. Oh shit, that's the dash. Okay, I'm stupid. Oh, fuck you. But here is the... Ow. Much more... Oh shit, where the fuck did that come from? We both seriously parried that shit. Mid-match, we both literally tried to parry our parries. What the fuck were we thinking? Oh, okay, well, here, you're gonna parry. Let me parry. We literally tried to read the other opponent's move before we did it. That was a hilarious outcome. Plus, if I'm not mistaken, the strengthening attack is not nearly as strong anyways. So, come here. Come here, come here. Aha! Not this time. Okay, maybe this time. I don't know if she's trying to parry, if that's just a move of hers, but shit. Allie, quit being a bully. As you can see, I just suck as the Gondar, and yeah, I just suck with them, but still. The gem will just self-apply. You can see a huge difference in the playstyle. One, I've definitely killed more players this game than I did last match. It's all about, effectiveness and the player behind the servant, honestly, in this scenario. Oh, good timing. I just suck. Since there's so many more riders, you'd think I'd get more rider quests in here. Well, shit. I ran right into that. See, that is exactly what I mean. Moves like that can easily be cancelled by simply just like that long range would have canceled out somebody else's move. Parry that one. I see your point. You. Oh, come on, that didn't go. I will interrupt you like you interrupt me. I am not done yet. Hey, wait, what? Would you get off my leg already? Stop kicking me, damn you. You are just attitudes for days, let me tell you. Well, as you can see, at least with the change of items, I definitely was able to hold my own, and see, even I make mistakes. The guy doing the guide made a mistake, big deal. But I could definitely say, although yes, the mistake was made, clearly a good learning process was made, and yeah. I'm here. Hell no, I'm out of here. Come here, damn you. Get out of my way. I clicked the wrong move. Oh, whoops. Wait, I'm gonna kill somebody. Yeah, that was not my best move. Just like, bitch, please. Out of my face. Out of my sector. Get. Shoo. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, back down. Shut up. Just shut up. I don't got time to listen to you, boy. Oh, check it out. I'm out of here. I think you made a compelling point. I was like, no. I'm out of here. I'm gonna get my ass handed to me more. I don't have a command skill to... Oh, no, I have like one. Assholes. So, yeah, pretty simplistic. Although the end result didn't change, I still got my ass kicked. But at least you can see a huge difference now I'm the ace of the game. Well, on my side at least, so. But we very much have a huge difference, and if you're not really too much of a parry type of guy, then I do recommend the strengthening skill. The strengthening skill I still believe is rather fun. It's just, if you aren't good with the parry, use that. If you're not good with the, one thing, replace one of those with the 5 skills that I did mention, that I did use, because sometimes you do have to shake it up. And yeah, and because I'm not very good with any of these, with that, it's the parry skills are very questionable, but they definitely do have their benefits, and as you can see against this opponent, it didn't work very well. So it's all player based and stuff like that. I am personally going to change up my thing like literally in front of you, but that's like different from, that's just because my personal preference. I'm not good with it. I'm not going to show you with this, like a third battle with a different set. The battle still pretty much had the same outcome. I still got my ass handed to me twice. But, I mean, that's like my personal preference. I sucked at the parry. The wheel was better, and the strengthening seemed to do something for me too. So that's what I'm going to do. And my, my build and yours, you could do something completely different. That's, what this guy is here to do is, just kind of give you an idea to help you out. And, oops, that's... So yeah, that's literally what that was like. Especially with him, it's fun to just know, there are multiple builds, and in my opinion, this is the most efficient skills. Online, offline, just the best idea in my opinion. So with that being said, guys, today is the 13th, and I don't... Wait, is today Tuesday? I think it's Tuesday. I don't know. Depending on the day, once I remember it, depends on if I'm going to hit up another guide. I think today is Tuesday. Yeah, today is Tuesday. Is it? Yeah, I think so. Well, if I am correct on the date and it is Tuesday, I might do a guide on Thursday and for a second bonus guide, and then we'll go and, you know, either hit up Pendragon or Gilgamesh on Saturday, depending on if that extra guide did take place. And if it did take place, well, you know, we're, you know, getting back on track of when these guides should have been done. I think it probably should have been done a while ago, but still, general point. But I hope you guys did learn something off this extra guide, and it's not really a big deal being an extra guide. It's not like it's an extra, it's just makeup, really. It's nothing too spectacular. It's just a different date, another guide to, you know, have on top of the one you're gonna get Saturday, assuming nothing gets in the way. And even then, I'll try my best to try to get that guide up there. But whether it's Gilgamesh, Pendragon, or hell, even, you know, Magna Rex, who knows what I'll be doing. But I will say Saturday will have another guide, and if there's an extra guide, well, lucky you. So with that being said, I hope you guys really learned something, and I hope that what you learned helped you in the future battles, and to where you can't get your ass kicked as bad as I just did. Because ooh, I need to get good at this. I need one win, one fucking win against Soul. If I could just do that, then hey. But besides like the obvious joking around and stuff, I mean, I hope you guys did learn something. If you have any questions about Iskandar in the comments, that about, you know, building them, or just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, I'll be, you know, more than happy to try to help you out with that, or direct you to someone or something that may know more than I do. So with that being said, I really do hope you guys did learn something, and what you did learn is in fact useful as hell. So with that being said, yeah, as I did with, you know, Lubu. Oh, I did beat you. Oh yeah, I did win as Lubu. Fuck yeah. Yeah, raise my hands up in defeat, or in victory. Hell yeah, yay. Pop up in the bottle of champagne, bitches. I completely, see, I even forget. That's why I write this shit down. This is why I write my notes down, because clearly I forget. Yay me, I'm stupid. But yeah, guys, in future references, like anytime you need a question or anything, you know, clearly you see my you've seen my PlayStation ID like a lot, so you can message my PlayStation at any time, assuming you have an account, and make sure you go and tell me where you came from, because I don't have time to, you know, like look into where you came from, and yeah, like don't mess with me. But like you've seen my gamer tags on many different occasions. So if you want to pop a message there, just be like, mention up the guide. I'll be like, oh yeah, help you out the best I can. Play a few matches, and even then you just be like, hey, yo, you want to play Link? I'll be like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. Let's go. Or if you just have any questions or comments on, you know, or want to play on, like, you don't look up my tag and you do play PlayStation, you post something on, you know, the comments, I'll be more than glad to assist or play or whatever it may be. So I hope you guys learned something, and I know it's been one of the top, you know, rated guides, or the, you know, most expected. And, you know, our next guide will in fact be Pendragon's guide, which I swear to goodness, if people would shut the fuck up for 2 seconds, I swear to goodness, I got spammed because of Pendragon. Like, literally. So with that type of eagerness, I kind of want to hit the next guide up, but not today. So look forward to that next guide, since literally I got spammed for it. So you're gonna get that, and you're gonna get, you know, the most absurd background to that, and, you know, side comments and shit too with it. So with that, I would like to just say, you know, hope you learned something. See you in